Hey everybody, this is the last living GameCube. Welcome back to more Pikmin 2. In the last episode, we ended up going back to our spaceship company and ended up finding out that we had to go back to work, even though we just got back from an interstellar vacation that we almost died during because we were so worried that we were going to die and never see our family again. Instead of seeing our family again, we had to go toil for the profit of our company like we always do. It's just like America. Anyways, that was kind of screwed up. And in this episode, we're going to be doing more of the same. Valley of Repose. Good morning, workers, ready for another day of toiling for the profit of your company. Just like I said, America. The Pikmin seem to be sleeping asleep in their side their onion. What lazy creatures. And you don't call yourself lazy, judging by the fact that you literally sit there and talk? Whatever. No wonder they lack survival skills. You don't even know what they're capable of. You only have like one day to observe. Beneath the onion and press A to call them out. Like how Olimar just goes over there in the cutscene and just starts you off there. If it didn't start you off under the onion in the gameplay, then that would have been funny. Anyways, you're going to want to sprout a lot more Pikmin over here. I'm going to give 3 of them to Louie. Where are those other Pikmin? Okay, so these guys are coming with us. And we're going to have these guys take out these pellets, because we're going to need a lot of Pikmin on this one day. You only need 5 on there. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to go over with Louie and get those other pellets that are over there. I'm not gonna cut time out of this because like I said, I hate cutting time out of strategic games. Anyways, another thing that I find is a little creative, but not that creative, is the fact that Pikmin actually just make noises. Good thing I thought there were 3 Pikmin with me. Okay, while they're carrying that back, I'm gonna bring Louie all the way back over there, and then I'm gonna get Olimar and spread those Pikmin over there. Yeah, those particular pellets are not required for this day, but they are quite helpful. I'm just doing it as strategically fast as I can. I thought I only had 4 on the side. Whatever. I'm gonna switch to Olimar. So. I did not mean to throw them. Anyways, yeah, having 2 captains at once has its benefits. For example, sprouting Pikmin twice as fast, depending on how many are already in the ground. And oh, this, don't destroy that yet because soon that'll turn into a 5 pellet. Wow! Wow! Perfect freaking timing! That has never happened before. Or at least not that soon. Anyways, yeah, it was pretty funny. Oh, whatever. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna throw these Pikmin up on this edge. And yeah, Olimar pick up the rest of these sprouts. Yeah. So yeah. And I gotta admit, later in the yeah, there's time limit of 13 minutes per day, of course. And yeah. Yeah, if you throw an enemy on top of it, enemy on top of no. If you throw a Pikmin on top of an enemy, you can instantly crush them, often instant-killing them. So yeah. Anyways, you got a next piece of treasure here. Oh, whoa! Okay, apparently using the bum rush doesn't work too well in this game. Spit. Jeez. Come on. There we go. Yeah, nice thing about this game, though, is that you don't have to... There's yet another nice thing about this game that I like about more than Pikmin 1 is the fact that... Remember the bridge glitch from Pikmin 1? Turns out it's fixed in this game. Thank God for that, because I hated having to be too careful. To be honest, I think Pikmin 1 is actually more challenging than Pikmin 2. I don't know why, but I think it is. Mainly the controls. But then again, I've never played a GameCube version of this game. Still, a lot of people are going to say, no, the first game is easier than this game. I don't know why, I find this game to be easier than the first game because the reaction time to your whistle, the Pikmin's reaction time to your whistle is a lot better, a lot faster in this game than it is in the first game. That's another positive I have with this game. Also, this game is a lot longer than the first game. The enemies are a lot weaker as well. Also, the Spotty Bulborb has been renamed the Red Bulborb upon further research, according to something later in the game. I'm going to get into that at that point, obviously. Now, this is actually a sewer pothole. Wow. Jeez. This is a sewer lid. I'm not kidding. I'll get into what I think of this place the next time I come over here, which won't actually be for another, like, at least 10 episodes. That would actually be kind of weird. Anyways, so I'm going to cut ahead until we had another treasure over there, and yeah, it requires 35 Pikmin to carry. The same number of Pikmin you need to bring down the bag. Anyways, yeah, now we have 60 Pikmin. That's the most number of Pikmin you can sprout as of day 2. So now, with my troops, I'm going to cut ahead to when they bring that treasure back. In the meantime, I'm going to bring the rest of my Pikmin over here. I have to admit, you actually got a pretty good view up here, and well, I didn't expect them to break down that wall this fast. Then again, the walls are a lot weaker in this game. Game! Not wall! I'm not going to count how many times I say, do not call these gates, and probably call them doors later in the game. How could Pikmin destroy such a massive ball when Master Might is ferocious? I wouldn't say ferocious, it is kind of mighty, I would say. Might is... Wow, that was unintentional. Louis, did Olimar instruct you on proper Pikmin commanding protocol? No one's slacking on the job! Apparently not, Olimar. You are failing in your duty as a superior. Allow me to explain. This is the same thing as... This is the same controls as the first game. He actually goes over these controls in like the first 3 days instead of just the first day. Anyways, down the D-pad, just yours. Yeah, like I said, this is Wii version. It's basically the same thing as the first game, only there are 2 buttons that are different. Actually, 3 buttons. Anyways. Now I'm gonna cut ahead to when they get that treasure. Crop circles were always made by Pikmin. They said I was crazy, but I knew it! Even though I'm carrying an aluminum piece of junk. Yeah, like how it's supposed to be like have a face there, or scrap it as like a stereotypical racist mustache. It's like, whoa! Anyways, yeah, a lot of these characters get really hilarious names later in the game. Believe me, a lot of them are actually pretty fun. A lot of them actually like a lot of these treasure names, in fact. Anyways, I think this is a speedrunning tactic. I'm not quite sure, but it does look like one. If you point the pointer directly ahead of Olimar, of your captain, and you move past them at the same time, I think your Pikmin can go slightly faster. Anyways, here we have the introduction of dungeons. Yeah, I don't know that speedrun text really well, even though I actually discovered it. Bring warm air is welling up from the hole in the ground before you. What could lie underneath? What is wrong? You both show expressions of unease. Well, think of it this way: wormhole, wormhole, warm air coming out of a hole. How are we not feeling easy? I mean, you know what that means, right? And again, the ship doesn't know what it means because it's a machine. Do not fear, the leader, Suburbs Pikmin, will join you. I shall dispatch my research pod too. He says, I like how he says, do not fear, when this is actually, obviously, the easiest dungeon of the game. Approach the hole and press A to jump in. And with that, yeah, this is Emergence Cave. This is the first dungeon of the game. These 4 circles up there will tell you which hazards there are, but in this dungeon there are none. Yeah, I think this is also the only dungeon in the game that actually doesn't have any of the 4 hazards in here. You'll see up on screen if you're wrong. You'll see on screen if I'm wrong. Entering the old dear Pikmin, 78 Pikmin entering. Yes, treasures 0. I like how it says treasures on there. It says there's 0. To be honest, I don't know what that's the purpose of that thing is. Treasures 0. Is that supposed to tell you how many treasures there are? Because if there are only 0 treasures, then yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the point of that is, because if you first enter a cave, you'll always have 0 treasures up on there, even though I highly doubt you'll have to go back in for forgetting a treasure. Anyways, Pikmin go down the hole. I'm not gonna say that. Never saying that again. Emergence Cave, sublevel 1. Intriguing, my heat sensors indicate that this hole's interior is warmer than on the surface. That matters to us because we're wearing spacesuits. Why? Analysis suggests danger lies ahead, but the promise of treasure is tantalizing. Yeah, there are a lot of enemies in this dungeons, but there are more treasures in dungeons than I believe above ground in most areas. Yeah, the majority of the treasures is obviously going to be underground. If you wish to check underground terrain, press plus to communicate with me. I am not just a ship, I am an all-purpose support pod. Are you sure? Because oh yeah, he gives you a map of the dungeon as well. Anyways, items. Oh, this is something that's new in here. You also get to see what treasures there are in here. But yes, these items, I believe, tell you what I believe are upgradable. I believe these items are upgradable, so yeah. I actually didn't notice that until now. Is the emergency kit. Dungeons. When you're in a dungeon, time automatically stops somehow, even though you're clearly moving in here. And yeah, this is one of the best mechanics I actually like in a video game. In a real-time strategy game, is that time is automatically stopped and you don't have to just go through it easily. Anyways, here we have the introduction of a new enemy. These are called Snowy Bulborbs. And cutscene interruption! I don't want to have to reset here after having to reset like twice in the last 3 months. Oh. And are you kidding me? 69 reds. I actually lost a Pikmin in the first and the easiest dungeon of the game. This is all thanks to a stupid cutscene. Fine. Okay, hopefully without any more failures, I ended up recollecting the quenching emblem off screen. Hopefully without any more failures. If you actually lose a Pikmin in this dungeon, I have no idea what the hell is wrong with you. Like I say that when I actually lose a dungeon. There we go. Oh, that one already took a bite out of the Pikmin. Anyways, kill those. Here. There's another treasure item dungeon, and don't collect the enemies. I suggest you not collect enemies when you bring them back into a dungeon. Even collect enemies from a dungeon, because they don't give you Pikmin at all. Since obviously the onions cannot go down with you, since they cannot fit through these shiny holes. I like how there's actually light coming out of a hole when you expect to be darkness down there anyway. I don't know why. I just find that hilarious. Citrus lump. An orange is not a citrus lump. A lemon is a citrus lump. Or even a lime for that matter. Anyways, going through here, we have another cutscene. This hall appears to be quite... Dude, it's just the same thing that we just saw 4 seconds ago. Actually, another reset ago. Jeez, you really don't need to tell this to us, ship. More treacherous terrain ahead. I like how he says the terrain is actually treacherous. This is really not that treacherous. Louis, do you recall adjust the camera with Z and up, left, and right on the... He's going over the controls yet again. Question suggests you do. Excellent. Of course I remember this. I already played the first game. Both versions of the first game. And wow, I actually spat on my laptop this time instead of the TV. Let's start. Press A to... This is just what we saw 4 seconds ago. Please delve deeper with your pick... not yet. Let me show you a very cheap tactic. You can abandon all your Pikmin. You actually don't need to have your Pikmin with you when you go to the next sub-level. Forget it. I'm not even going to say what happened there, right? I thought something happened that I don't even know. Wow, I'm actually really in a sick doctor. Regardless. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. So... I love that jingle. The synth that they use for that is brilliant. I don't care what anybody says. Anyways, final floor of Suburbs. This is the only dungeon that does not have a boss battle at the end of the final floor. I'm not kidding. Every other sub-level has a boss in it. And here we go. First upgradable treasure. It's inconceivable that such an immense object has been buried here for so long. The design on the outer shell resembles the surface of the planet as seen from space. Now, about what he just said, this planet is actually Earth, according to debates that were with Miyamoto, that... Okay, about what he just said, this planet is indeed Earth, according to discussions with Miyamoto, that only after the extinction of humans, and the humans ended up burying their artifacts in here for future references, and for future planets' life to see. So, this actually counts as a treasure. This is half globe, even though this is technically the first above-ground... first upgradable treasure. Not above ground, jeez. Yeah, I think I just spoiled what I was about to say. So, the object was seen from space. Perhaps this can be used for something other than salvage. I just said that. But how will we ever lift it? I fear that even 100 red Pikmin will be unable to lift it. Now, this is something that I find really hilarious. Trust me. Nope. 100 Pikmin? No problem. I think I'll be able to lift it with my 70 troops. 101 Pikmin! Yeah! A lot of people say they were jerks. I find that to be very comedically hilarious. I don't care what anyone says. That is too comedically hilarious. And over here, oh no, more enemies we can one-hit kill. I don't know why I used my... Wow, he almost devoured some of my Pikmin. He didn't stand a chance, even though I blew my whistle instead of throwing Pikmin on it by accident. Oh no, they were getting real with difficulty. Whatever will I do to save these Pikmin? Jeez, this is getting really difficult, even though it's obviously the easiest dungeon in the game. Oh, this difficult is hard. This dungeon is hard. Well, you know what? It's all about to get easier. I like how there's actually grass here when there was snow in the first half of the dungeon. Astonishing, a flower blooms in a cave deep beneath the snowy landscape. Clearly it is warmer down here than above. You just said that last time! Look, the Pikmin are restless. They look as if they yearn to be tossed into the flower. Well, that's what we're supposed to do! This is a violet candy pop bud. This is something I was not seeing in the first game. Are you kidding me? Wait, I threw 3 in there? I thought I only threw 2. Anyways, here we have the introduction of... Leaves are sprouting in the cutscene. Oh! What? Japanese racism! No, I'm kidding. Anyways, yeah, I like how those seeds sprouted in the cutscene. Amazing, a purple Pikmin, it has hair, and it is quite stocky. It seems very heavy and strong. It is heavy. It's a fatty. At least that's what Invado's calls it. It's kind of funny because he doesn't play Pikmin games. This kind of Pikmin was not mentioned in your reports, Alamar. You're slacking on the job! No, it must be an entirely new type. This is an entirely new type because these Pikmin do not have... Actually, I'll get into that later. I almost spoiled it. Jeez, what the hell is wrong with me? The new type, transforming Pikmin by tossing them into flowers. Intriguing. Perhaps there are others. Apparently you said... I thought you said you... Apparently you... I like how he says that perhaps there are other flowers that can transform Pikmin into whatever color those flowers are. And he says that he read the notes when apparently they mentioned it in the notes, but he didn't read those. I like how he mentions that says that he has read that part of the notes when apparently I don't think he has. Nintendo logic. Anyways, purples are kind of overpowered, but they're still pretty useful. And really? Anyways, purples. There are only a couple downsides. They are really good. Good. If you hold them, they thud on the ground using this homing diet bomb attack. I'm not kidding. They can instantly when you throw them on top of a small enemy, they can instantly crush them. Not to mention, they do 3 times the amount of damage in battle as a normal Pikmin. They outclass Reds by a whole double, because Reds are 1.5 times as strong as the average Pikmin. And even better, they have the carrying strength of 10 Pikmin. Only downside is, even though they have the carrying strength of 10 the only downsides are that even though they have the carrying strength of 10 Pikmin, they carry it like 10 times, the treasure's 10 times as slow. And and they're not immune to any hazard, no, unlike Reds, which are immune to fire, if you remember in the first game. And the purples actually lag behind. And that could actually be the most annoying thing. That is probably the one thing that prevents them from becoming overpowered. Not that they're already slightly overpowered. Anyway, still, they're not that overpowered. Purples are still awesome. It's like sumo wrestlers or something. And wow, they're not even fat enough to be sumo wrestlers. What the heck am I saying? And where's that? Woo! Spherical Atlas. Is it the North Pole? Or the South Pole? I never know. It's the North Pole. Spherical Atlas. I like how he calls it a Spherical Atlas when it's only half a sphere. There is a device resembling a microchip embedded inside this sphere. I like how there's actually a microchip inside of a globe that looks like it's from the 1970s or something. Cheating data. Error, I could only decode a portion of the data, but I did retrieve new geographical charts. What kind of data is he talking about anyway? There you go, charts. I will input this device into my planetary database and name it the sphere chart. And by placing left. The same thing that you already went over that! Sorry, tomorrow. You already went over this, seriously. And like how those Pikmin wouldn't even respond to me when those
when the other Pikmin were all far away. And you hear that noise. Or sound. Not noise. Jeez, noise is fine. That sound means that you've collected all the treasure in the sublevel, in the sublevel of the dungeon. Anyway. What's the point? Anyways. There's another sound that comes directly after it, but I won't get into that until later in the game. Because it is a huge spoiler. Not that it's actually helpful to you now. Anyways, yeah. This sound actually gets changed in this game. And there we go. And here, we have a water spout! It is a broken fire hydrant! Astounding! Water is shooting out of the geyser with incredible force. Sensors indicate that it has enough power to launch you into the air. Approach it and press A to try. It's a water geyser. What do you think? Ooh, shiny hole. Better with a hole with warm air coming out of it. And I don't know why it's sounding like Italian or something like that. Get to the surface with your Pikmin. Now, yes. Now, I like how this is a water geyser, and none of the Pikmin drown in it. That one red was... Wait. What? I like how... And, regardless, I like how I said that, assumed that it was a red when purples have the same noise when you expect them to have lower. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, if you stay here for about 3 minutes... Actually, oh, I'm gonna talk about something else first. Yeah, purples are awesome. Yeah, I like how I assumed that, because remember in the first game, only blue Pikmin can swim, and not all the other Pikmin can drown. I like how in this game, those water geysers don't drown the other Pikmin. Even though it's supposed to look like a fire hydrant, I don't think it's supposed to drown anything. I still find that very comedically hilarious. Why am I saying comedically hilarious? It's not that funny. Regardless. Anyways, if you stay here for, like, I think 3 minutes, probably, maybe 4, I don't know. Remember, you'll see on screen if I'm wrong. This tune will play. Okay, been here for about 10 minutes, and apparently it's not coming up. What is supposed to be coming up is the Totaka song. It's a song that is found in Mario Paint, Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion... Yeah, those are the games. Mario Paint and Animal Crossing is not hitting that well, but it's kind of hitting well in Luigi's Mansion. It's supposed to be hitting really well in this game. It's supposed to come up in this song. It's supposed to come up after staying on the screen for 3 minutes. I've been here for 10 minutes, but for some reason it's not coming up. It's definitely on the GameCube version. But now I'm not so sure that it's in the Wii version. But it's definitely a well-hidden secret that it's in this game, Luigi's Mansion, and other games that Kazumi Totaka has been in. Anyways, yeah, it's the Totaka song. It's the Totaka song. In this game, Kazumi Totaka is not the music director. He's actually the sound director. I'm surprised they actually put his song in the game, even though he's a sound director, not the music director, because it's music. I don't know why I am trying to make a pun. What matters is that we completed the dungeon, saving it, and there we go. Boom! All the tutorial-based material is done. All the tutorial-based gameplay is finished. There's still a couple more tutorials in here as we go along through the game, but we're going to get into those later when they come up. But now the day is ended, and so is this episode. Wow! You know how far that whole dungeon was away from our base? Jeez. Anyways, I gotta turn down the volume. Jeez. Shut us out like that all the way at base? You don't know how far that away from base that hole was? I mean, jeez. Turn the planet's surface, excellent decision-making, gentlemen. We must celebrate your first successful spelunking expedition. You've gathered a large amount of data that needs in-depth analysis. I shall send a report to the President tonight detailing your progress. And for some reason they end the cutscene just to begin another cutscene. I don't know why they did that. Olimar and Louis, since you will explore a new area tomorrow, today's work is done. What? You still want to work? Unacceptable! Unacceptable! You may not realize it, but you are exhausted. Well, so much for you're too lazy. You gotta get your ass up and start working. To be honest, as much as I love this game, since, like I said, it's one of my favorite games of all time, I like how it says I want to keep playing, but it said it won't let me. You should take a much needed rest. You have all the time you need to collect treasure. Yeah! You have all the time in the world to pay off this debt, which is actually kind of funny, because you have to pay off a debt in a specific amount of time. Yeah, I like how there's actually no, supposedly no due date for the debt in this game. It's actually pretty funny, because in the first game you had 30 days to collect your ship parts. In this game you have no time limit whatsoever. You have no day limit whatsoever. Haste makes waste. Take it slow and steady. Don't think the president's gonna be that happy when he realizes that we're gonna be taking baby steps. And there's typical end of the day again. Here's today's report. Here's where we go. You have 10 Pikmin. You've got mail. Baby steps first. Okay, I just said baby steps. I forgot that he says baby steps first on. Wow, I like it. Well, the plan. Well, don't worry about me. Our debtors without me, who could take saving alone after all. Besides, there's nothing left to repossess. So, Well, so much for. I don't think the president's gonna like us taking our time on this planet. Jeez. Apparently, he's gonna become a wanted criminal. I love that music. Too bad you only get to hear that particular music 3 times. The music of you discovering a new area only 3 times in this game. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna end this video off here. So next time on Pikmin 2, we're going to be exploring the Awakening Wood. See you guys then.